There's a place called Barcelona where everything is red. Rather it be red than blue. Rather be with him than you. It's what she said. It's what she said. Rather be with you than dead. Then we both lay back in bed, watching dreams drip back into my head. Watching dreams drip back into my head. Watching dreams drip back into my head. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what you're thinking all the time. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what you're thinking all the time. You can do anything you want to. Please don't behave. You can do anything you want to. Please don't behave. You can do anything you want to. Please don't behave. You can do anything you want to. Please don't behave. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what you're thinking all the time. I don't know, I don't know, I don't know what you're thinking all the time. You can do anything you want to. Please don't behave. You can do anything you want to. Please don't behave.
Hello, everyone. Sorry, I really like that song. That's a really good song. So I got a little into it. It was pretty fun. I like the song. I like the beats. Don't you know anytime? I like that. It's a really good beat. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorites. So let's see. Seizure warning. Oh fuck. When are you into? Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I want to become a patron and make you sketch Monty Mole, but I can't find my card. Oh, well, here's what you do. You just put random numbers into Patreon, and I'm sure it's gonna figure something out. It'll figure something out. Did you buy the pay-per-view this weekend? No. Anyways, the reason why I decided to do a stream, this might be a little short stream, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. But, uh, what I plan on doing is I kind of want to talk about some of the stuff DSP's been saying lately. I want to see one thing though. God damn, this is a little unrehearsed, if
Hello.
you will. Let's see. Does Mr. Hot Stuff have a video? Loving his job, Suicide Kings, Guide to Memes, Third Eye.
Third Eye the Third Cheer.
Let's see. Well,
There we go. He says, you need to break my man after the $16,000 goal clears. You need to take at least 5 days off. Go see something beside your street with white vans and backyard full of wildlife. I would love to do that. I'm doubt I'll ever be able to. I'm serious. Like, at this point, even if overnight I were to be gifted the amount of money that would pay my taxes for next year, and I were able to say, wow, the big weight off my shoulders, guess what? The bill's still got to be paid, man. You know? All the debt that I'm in has to continuously be paid down. What I have to do, here's the truth of the matter. I need to get past this tax hurdle. Then I just need to keep doing what I'm doing for about 2 to 3 years.
you need to get past the tax hurdle, guys.
Finance my house for sure. I hope I can refinance next year once I have 2 years of tax returns showing increased income.
Okay, never mind. Well, let's get to this.
Ends up happening, what ends up happening is that everything drops, okay, after those gifted subs expire. And I don't want to say, oh, right? People come in, they're and boy, let me tell you, the last 2 months have been so busy with game releases. There was no way I would have been able to do one anyway. So that's why I'm thinking January is the perfect time to do another one of those, okay?
Perfect time.
Hello, everyone.
Perfect time.
So, if you subscribe to the channel this month, you're helping reach that goal. What is the goal? I don't know yet. I purposely didn't set it. Reason being, I know for a fact that in early November, we had a couple people come in and they gifted a bunch of subscriptions. And I think it was about 30 to 40 subscriptions that were gifted.
Fucking Banana Bot and someone else was gifting a lot of subs, and he. The thing is that's a little silly. We'll get to it
Because
actually.
typically this channel floats from around 450 to 550 subs now.
It floats to 450 to 550.
People come in and they gifted a bunch of subscriptions. And I think it was about 30 to 40 subscriptions that were gifted, okay? Because typically this channel floats from around 450 to 550 subs naturally.
Naturally to 550. So before Tut and before people were gifting subs like crazy, how frequently did he ever reach over 500? Now, you may not remember. Back when he played Far Cry 5, he removed the command to do sub count from everyone because the sub count was pretty much sticking around 390 something, 380 something to 420 usually. And then people started giving subs, and that got led up to 420, 430, 440, 450. He never reached over 500 or even 500 just by natural subs. He never did. Never. And he's telling us that he naturally reaches 550, but he never reached 550 on his own. Like,
but then every once in a while someone comes in, you know, especially now it's the holiday season, right? People come in, they're feeling festive, they want to help other people out, they gift a bunch of subs.
Festive. No one was festive in fucking November. And those are just people, those are just whales gifting subs. Every sub goal, I'm gonna say probably 90% of the sub goals were reached because of gift subs. Gift subs. Not natural subs, gift subs.
And that's great, but then it artificially inflates numbers, and what ends up happening, is that everything drops, okay, after those gifted subs expire. And I don't want to say, oh, okay, this month's sub goal is 575 subs, and then all of a sudden overnight, we lose 40 subs, now we're under 500, now I have to try to get 80 subs, you know what I mean?
What? So before, when, for the Master Run Challenge, for example, that sub goal, he lowered the goal for that so that they would have a better chance to hit it. Why doesn't he just do that? Like, I feel like with sub goals, that should be a little bit more adaptable at that point. But there is something I do want to throw in as a suggestion what he should do. But we'll get to that when we get there. So don't get too excited just yet.
That's not fair to you guys. I would rather wait maybe a week, and then maybe after we hit the second week of December, see where we are subs-wise, and then set up a reasonable sub goal, so that way we don't have expectations that are sky high. You see what I mean? I see. So Crisis just made a suggestion. He says, if it's difficult
This suggestion is the dumbest suggestion I ever heard. Just listen to it.
tracking the sub goal with the overall total, instead of setting it on a total number, why not set it on the number of subs that join?
The number of subs that join. So this pretty much tells us what this is proposed.
Now that's an intriguing concept. But how would I do that, I guess, is the question.
How would I do that? You count the amount of subs you get in a stream. So, like, December 1st, you get, let's say, in the first stream, 3 subs. That's 3 subs. But the thing that's kind of dumb about this is that... Does the bun box too? The thing that's dumb about this is that what's to say that DSP doesn't influx the numbers? Because he also gets notifications for resubs. Do resubs count? Would we count resubs if we're going to count how many people sub in a day? And that still doesn't change the fact that people give subs, either. I don't know.
I mean, I guess I could manually do it. What I would need to do is every day I would need to count how many subs in a day we get, I guess. Or I don't know if Twitch on the Twitch dashboard tracks that. Not on the dashboard, but on there's like a monthly stats that Twitch keeps. And I don't know, I think it does track that. See, I guess the frustration then, Crisis, even though that's a good suggestion, would be, let's say, for example, okay, 500 subs. If we can get 500 subscriptions this month overall, we'll do the sub goal.
What?
That's great, but it might take till like the end of...
What does that mean? I think he was asking, like, so, how about you count how many people, like, let's say that you want 5 people to sub. That's a goal. Like, 5 people have to sub. Or whatever. You're not going to get 500 people to sub. I mean, that just is not going to happen. Whatever.
Of the month to hit that. And some people like knowing early on if we're going to do the goal or not, because the other half of this whole thing that I haven't mentioned yet is Patreon, okay? If you want to be able to...
Now, Patreon. DSP did a very good job killing Patreon. He killed it, but we'll get to that when we get there.
On the moments of my 10 years, in fact, it was the list of giant dominating stuff. See, a couple days, my day off. When I come back on Thursday for the Indies Marathon, I will set up a subscriber goal based on where we are then, okay? That way we can start working toward it.
Get that, on Thursday, he's doing a Twitch sub goal event. That's a marathon event, and he morphed it into a raise funds event. I say raise funds because, guys, it's not a fundraiser. I can't say it because it's against terms of service. So it's a raiser of funds on Thursday. He's gonna have a tip goal, but what the tip goal is gonna count to? Nothing. The tip goal is for his taxes. He can't do the tip goal for something that's gonna benefit the streams or do something celebratory. No, it's just for his taxes. He's gonna have a sub goal. A physical sub goal, because he wants to quadruple dip on the fucking event that people already paid for, and then they have to pay for on Patreon as well.
Maybe we can even hit it, because like I said, I think what's gonna happen is on Thursday, it's my Indies Marathon, and I'm gonna have goals that I'm raising. We'll have a subscriber goal, we'll have a tips goal, we'll have goals in place to try to hit during that marathon event, and I think that'll motivate people to contribute, and then maybe we'll hit it that day. All right, that's what we'll do. That way we've locked it in stone. There's no uncertainty about what's going to happen for this month. Okay.
So he's pretty much baiting for gift subs. That's pretty much what he's doing.
Okay. There we go. All right. So everybody, I'm going to be honest with all of you up front here before we start today. I'm really happy we're doing a job. Even though, things are going good on the stream and we're getting good down, I've been kind of off as abrasive or something. So everybody, outside of all that, not much else to talk about. I want to apologize to anyone who may say that lately I've been coming off as abrasive or something. I'm going to be honest with all of you up front here before we start today. I'm really happy we're doing a Dragon Quest stream today, because lately I've been kind of down. I've been kind of in the dumps.
In the dumps! Yeah, because, when people are depressed, they usually respond to tell, when they say that they're depressed, they say it in a clown voice. I've been down in the dumps! He probably did a T-pose, too. He did a T-pose for, I've been down in the dumps!
I'm going to be honest with all of you up front here before we start today. I'm really happy we're doing a Dragon Quest stream today, because lately I've been kind of down. I've been kind of in the dumps.
In the dumps!
Right? And this is just me being honest with all of you here on the stream today.
Now, for the past few days, he has not been down in the dumps or abrasive or anything. So, I mean, but the thing is that he's gonna play it off as, well, that just shows how good I am at hiding it from you guys. So, okay.
Even though, things are going good on the stream and we're getting good progress in all the games and everything, I got this impending worry, and it sucks. It's the holiday season, and this is a season when I'm trying to be jolly and happy, and
impending worry. You know what? We're gonna go on a mini field trip. Because I don't want to hear. I want to hear the pre-streams of December of 2016. Because because last year he said the same shit. Pre-stream December 2016. Let's see what that brings up. Let's see.
Okay, what is up, everyone? Well, the answer is pretty simple, because I'm too busy. I basically aren't playing the game for the up all these playthroughs. I start reviewing the game. So there's just no way on chill stream for an hour or two a night and record it and upload it to YouTube on a casual whim just to dick around. It's not, product. That's the deal. I'm toughing through it. Here's hoping within a few days I'll be up to full speed sessions, because I need to. Okay.
Notice how he doesn't really talk about his depression. Let's just move a little bit forward.
Between getting money that goes through a third-party business that is fully, why don't I do that?
Hold
got
on.
A donate button or a donate link or PayPal link. Most people who stream on. Someone said to me, Phil, why don't you just? This is actually a point that was brought up on my forums yesterday, actually. Okay. Someone said to me, Phil, why don't you just accept donations?
Why do you just accept donations? Well, buddy, let me tell you.
Or why do you say that you don't accept donations, outright donations? Because most people who stream on Twitch have a donate button, right? Excuse me. They've got a donate button or a donate link or, PayPal link, whatever, to just donate to them. And they get big donations during their streams, and they're constantly giving shout-outs and thank yous to people.
Big donations. So everyone told me he was going to get big donations, big tips, back in the day. And the tips he gets now, Rob Warren pretty much tips $140 a week, because he tips like $20 a day, every day.
People who pledge donations to them during streams. Why don't I do that? All right. I'll be honest here. I'll be very honest to everyone. Here's the deal.
He's gonna be honest with us now. Okay, this is him being honest in 2016.
Tax purposes.
Tax purposes. You think fucking tipping is written up on his fucking taxes? Wrong. That's wrong. Well,
alright.
It literally sounds like he didn't do any fucking research at this time. And then he did. Hold up. Wait. Wait, did I? Okay, I did. So DSP kind of admitted he didn't do any research on tipping, and then when he needed money, when he was very desperate, he decided to research tipping to see if he could use that in his taxes.
There's a difference between
But this is him being honest. This is him being honest with us.
getting money that goes through a third-party business that is fully traceable for tax purposes and just getting money sent to your bank account, okay? If I get pledges through Patreon, or if I get subs or bits, cheers through Twitch, that's good because that's all fully traceable income. When I go to my accountant in April and I give him all my information about...
Oh, this was back when he had the shitty Connecticut accountant, okay? Not the new fancy Washington accountant. This is back when he was talking to the guy who screwed him over.
My taxes, I say, here's all the money I made through Twitch, here's the money I made through Patreon, here's the money I made through YouTube, here's all the money, and I could give him the concrete evidence of what I've made.
He did all of this and didn't think, maybe this is a business. Maybe I do owe business and state tax on this. Nope.
Okay?
Okay.
People just sent me money crazily through, say, PayPal. It's not traceable. So someone just tossed me a wad of money, okay?
And then you fast forward to 2017 Christmas time. Ugh, I got it. Did you guys see it? Did you guys see the notification? I just got a $1,000 tip from Santa Claus. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And the problem there would be, what I would then need to do is break down my entire PayPal balance for the entire year, accounting for every single transaction. I'd have to say this one was business, this one was personal, this was a personal payment, this was a business payment, and it would become a nightmare.
But you get to see they're all tips, dude. Come on. And it's even funnier. Like in the early part of 2017, he kept telling us how tips work. He kept saying, "Well, tipping is like when you go to a restaurant and you tip the waiter, the bartender, the waitress. You give her a rate. You give her a tip. That's what tipping is." No shit. That's what a donation button is to people. It's a fucking tip. Like, and I said this before. It was almost like he pretty much went out of his way to explain how tipping works, just so that his tax attorney and the IRS could watch his pre-stream. And the IRS could say, "Oh yeah, okay, it does make sense." It's like he does these things for people who are not his viewers. You know, it's kind of like my Theo theory. My Theo theory that when he makes a vlog about certain shit he's doing, like when he makes that vlog about how he got kicked out of Machinima, he did that video for Curse. Like, "Oh look guys, I'm a good guy. The trolls say negative things about me, but I work hard, guys. I work hard." He does that. He does those vlogs and that kind of shit for partner companies. So if they ever want to take him in as a partner, they have a vlog on from DDSP that says that he has trolls and what they say is wrong and what he says is right, etc., etc. And it's the same shit with the tips. I felt like that when he was going through his little extra nonsense about explaining how tips work and how it's like tipping at restaurants and shit. He did it so that if the IRS needed to go to his pre-streams, they would have documentation of what tips are. Because clearly, if DSP can't just tell the IRS these are tips, they have to go to his pre-stream to know what tips are. I guess. I don't know.
All right.
All right.
Now, a lot of people are wondering, well, then how do these other Twitch streamers do it, right? How do they do it? Well, it's simple. It's one of two things. Either these Twitch streamers are part of a bigger established thing. For example, the esports guys, right? Or the people who are...
So these people who get these tips, I mean donations, work at esports. So does that mean that DSP is working for a big company then? Wait a second. Maybe he is. Maybe he is.
Part of these bigger corporations or companies, these people who've been established for a long
My stand is Cleo.
time, they probably have business accounts that are established. So when you say, oh, click here to donate to our team or whatever,
Our
click here to
team.
donate to our business, that's probably a business PayPal. Well, I don't have a business PayPal.
I don't have a business PayPal.
have my own personal PayPal. I've never made enough money to warrant having a business account and a personal account and all of that.
Oh, he doesn't warrant a business account. Okay.
Number two, for those who do small amount or smaller than that, they're not paying taxes. I'm gonna be honest with you. All these thousands of people who stream on Twitch daily, and they're just Joe Schmo. I'm streaming on Twitch. Oh, by the way, I have a donation link. They're not paying taxes on that. You don't think they are, do you?
This sounds familiar. Doesn't this sound familiar? Sounds familiar to me.
They're just basically taking it as someone handed them money, and they're pocketing it. And they're not reporting to any accountant like I do.
Dude, this in the context of everything that happened is the funniest stuff I've heard from him. All of this is pretty much foreshadowing the tax drama. So this kind of tells me when he opened that tips thing, he probably was like saying to himself, I don't need to pay taxes on it. It's just money I'm getting from people. Oh, go!
People aren't paying. By the way, accountants cost thousands of dollars. Yes, I pay thousands of dollars a year to have my taxes done properly. They're not doing that. They're just fucking.
He pays thousands of dollars to get his taxes to pay properly, and he fucking owes back taxes.
Pocketing the money in the hopes that the IRS will never catch up with them.
God damn it, Phil. God damn it.
And not care, you know.
You know what? I people should just nominate these kind of pre-streams of him saying all this stuff. Oh, he should just go back to all his old vlogs where he said he'd never go back to Twitch. Twitch is a bad business and all of this stuff. Just so that he could see how bad he was.
Now, the last thing that I would want to do is start doing that, accepting these outright donations, and the next thing you know, the IRS audits me, and now I'm screwed.
The IRS is gonna audit him, dude. Wait, what?
Is start doing that, accepting these outright donations, and the next thing you know, the IRS audits me.
So what I learned from this is what if DSP never accepted tips? You know what? That's what it is, okay? Theo theory. If DSP never accepted tips, if he never opened a tips jar on his streams, the back taxes would never have happened. Because it's funny. You know what's it's even funnier? The year he accepted tips was the same year he got that back tax nonsense. The same year. That is just the most ridiculous amount of coincidences to happen to someone. It's just hilarious. By the way, you can tell it's old because that Leanna, dude, she has a soap business.
And now I'm screwed.
Oh, guess what? He's
So
screwed.
that's why I don't do that, and I won't. I'm not just gonna accept people just sending me money via PayPal. You have to go through one of these avenues, either Patreon or Twitch subbing or Twitch bits, whatever you want to do. Okay.
You have been doing, dude. Oh my God, these pre-streams are they add to it. Before it's like, oh, I prefer you to go to cheer me, to sub to me, to go to Patreon. Now, I want you to tip me. The thing he said that he wouldn't do because the IRS would audit him. Oh, God damn it, Phil. Why? Why?
But that's the deal. All right, folks? That is the deal. So hopefully I answered the outright question here. All right? You got to do it normal, or you got to do it properly. You got to be responsible. You can't just say, "Oh, give me money," and then pocket it. You got to
Give me money to pay my bills. Tips allow me to buy the games, to play to pay the bills.
Everything. That's just how it is in the United States of America. Every income I get, I end up paying taxes on. Your dollar pledge, it's not a lot for you. It adds up of this long interactive stream. I think a lot of people want to see 3 jobs to make as much money as I'm making on YouTube, and it would have all went away. So please do not sleep on Patreon. I still need your support. You know, after a while, they're not going to continuously be throwing bits my way and doing all that. It's cool that I got this up front. It's not like just because I'm making a little bit of extra money on Twitch this month because I came back to it. First of all, that's temporary.
Temporary. Coming back to Twitch is temporary.
You know that a lot of people initially up front are going to support me on Twitch, and then, you know, after a while, they're not going to continuously be throwing bits my way and doing all that. It's cool that I got this up front. I'm very grateful for those of you who are here every day for the streams and who've subbed. By the way, I almost have 100 subs.
And this was back before he got to 100 subs.
Which, by the way, is about more, I think, if I remember correctly.
I underestimate how silly these pre-streams were back in 2016 to now. I know that they were at a different time period in DSP's career and this and that, but going back to these pre-streams is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm floored. I'm floored with this. I can't believe, like, one of these days I will do a stream of watching all of the old pre-streams. I'll go to the pre-stream playlist and just put it on shuffle and just listen to whatever, because I did that one time. I was drawing, and it was crazy. It was insane because it pulled up stuff from 2015. It pulled up some from 2017, and I mean, I'm not saying that I'm gonna listen to all of the pre-streams 100%, but I'm saying, like, you know, I would just go back and watch some of the old pre-streams just to jump around, because it is ridiculous. The old pre-streams were 20 minutes and shit. Now it's like forever before the end.
It's about on par, if not more, than what I was getting when I
mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I don't even remember why I went back to these, to be honest. I honestly forgot because it was so silly.
I'm trying to let that Christmas spirit get into me.
Oh, this. So you notice how in December of, okay, you know what? Let's get a little bit deeper in December of 2016. Let's see if we can find 2015. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Caught up with other stuff or whatever. I have all of January. I am ruling out Final Fantasy IV. I'm not going to start playing that on this time, okay? Please allow me to try to solve stuff on my own, okay?
No hand-holding, dude.
Consider them and put them into these polls for vote. Fantasy Sims as ways outside of just subbing and cheering. important for you to follow me there because I'm going to be alternating between Patreon multiplayer and different gameplays. So you're going to want to follow me there to know what's going on. But also, I share all kinds of stuff, pictures, and when.
But see how like not depressed he sounds. You notice how he never like when he was asking for money, he's just like, oh, just give me money, man. It's all good. It is what it is. Support me, and then Cat gets into his life in 2017. Now we can go into some Theo theory stuff, okay, guys? So get your tinfoil ready. Get him ready. Tie him around your head. Just layer up, buddy. I think Cat told DSP, or either Cat told him, oh, Phil, you might get more support if you tell them that you're depressed because people get depressed a lot during the holidays, Phil. So you might get some extra money out of it, because this is the same person. The reason why I introduced this Theo theory is because back when DSP revealed her, he told us that Cat told him to tell his viewers that she existed in his life to get them to get more money from them. Because he said, well, I was talking to Cat about it. Oh no, this is before she had a name. I was talking to my girlfriend, and she told me that it would make more sense that if you guys knew that I had a girlfriend and that she wanted to move in with me, you guys would want to donate more so I could keep the house. See, it would make more sense if I kept the house because I'm trying to move in a girlfriend in, okay? So, Cat kind of told DSP to use her as a way to get money. So, I wouldn't really put it past her at this point if she was willing to use herself to get money, to use depression to get money. It's either that, or Cat is depressed, maybe, and DSP is like, I feel bad for Cat, and I'm feeling this empathy and sympathy with Cat. What if I tell my idiots, my viewers, that I'm depressed? And I can use this, I just rework it to benefit me, and then people give me money. Because it's very, very weird. Very weird. Both in last year and this year, he gives us the same depression speech. Like, I'm pretty sure sometime last year he told us, this might be my last Christmas in this house. And then he tells us this year the same fucking sob story.
And make me feel bright and merry and everything, but at the same time,
Zach, it doesn't really necessarily take a lot of smarts to scam people. I mean, a lot of dumb people can scam people, but the thing is that the reason why I'm willing to believe that, Zach, is because again, Kat was willing to use herself to get people to donate to Phil last year, because around when he announced he had that tax situation, everyone's like, well, why don't you sell the house? Why don't you leave the house in Washington? Because, it's costing too much, whatever, downsize. And then Kat told him, well, Phil, if you want them to really support you, maybe it would make sense for you to tell them that you have a girlfriend, and tell them that you want them to move in, that you want to have a life together. And then, we got what we got. Oh, I'm trying to get a girlfriend, and then Kat told me that it would make more sense for you guys to know that I have a girlfriend and we want to start a life together, and this and that. And he's kind of using the same script this year. We have a life together, guys. We don't want to interrupt our life. Our life's on hold now. Guys, we need to get past 16K so our life can resume, guys. That we want to start a life together with me and Kat. Is it unfair that me and Kat can continue our life together? Is this terrible? Like, it's just very odd how everything lines up for this.
the fact that I know in the background that this is a bad situation I'm in behind the scenes, and this may be the last
Yeah,
year
and,
that
and
I
that's
get
the
to
other
stay.
thing. Cat immediately left Subaru Man to be with Piggy. She pretty much left Subaru Man to be with a pig. See, if the pig here is truly struggling for money, why the fuck would Cat be interested in him? Odd.
Stay in this
Very
house.
odd.
It may be the last Christmas I have in this house.
The last Christmas he has in this house. Let's try that
Situation I'm in
again.
behind the scenes, and this may be the last year that I get to stay in this house. It may be the last Christmas I have in this house.
I really do remember him saying this same nonsense last year. I'm pretty sure he said the same thing verbatim. This might be the last Christmas I have in this house, man. Might be the end. He fucking uses Christmas to get his fucking pay pigs to pay up. Ugh.
You know, um, it really is getting to me. And not to say that we're in that situation right now. We're not yet, but unless
Around that situation now, but I'm gonna implant this little seed into your mind so you can think that. Oh, okay.
unless things really start turn around in the next couple of months, I don't foresee a way out of it. You know what I mean? Like, and it sucks because it's like eating at me in the background. And so I know sometimes I'll be here on a stream and everything will look fine, and all of a sudden I'll snap, or all of a sudden I'll get
But he always snaps and gets pissy. He's a little bitch. He literally gets pissed off at anything. But okay.
pissy or whatever. And I apologize for that because that's obviously not intended. We're having fun. We're playing games. We're supposed to be chill, right? And you know what? I will say this. People have actually said they didn't notice. And that's kind of, I guess that's just a testament to the fact that I've done this for so long.
Of course, because he knows if he didn't act that way, then people could say, "Oh, well, this sounds like a narrative you're spinning, that you're lying." But then you can say, "Well, see, that just shows that I'm trying to hide it from you guys, and it's working because I'm good at this."
That that basically I'm pretty good at this. You know what I mean?
Pretty good at this, man. You know what I mean?
I'm pretty good at this, and I'm pretty good at not letting the stuff that's bothering me get to me and or show on the streams. That's good, but some people have said, "Oh man, Phil, you snapped out of nowhere. You really went after this guy or that." And
He went after Ninja today, by the way. He went after Ninja and PewDiePie today. But before then, you know what? When I heard this, it was a thought in my mind. Because okay, let's pretend today's pre-stream didn't happen yet. This is Sunday and you're watching this pre-stream. You know what's really weird? So, okay, saying, "Oh, you went after someone really hard." So let's take a look at who he really snapped at recently. Since December 2nd. What is the one person you could think of that DSP went after viciously? Tevin. That's the only person, at least that I can think of, that he could be talking about because there are multiple videos of him slamming the fuck out on Tevin. Like, oh, he's gonna get him, man. He's gonna get what's coming to him. Karma's gonna get him. He's gonna be off of YouTube forever. He's gone. Bye. Kind of weird how it lines up. Why not just say, "I want to apologize to Tevin. It was wrong of me to kind of go after him as much as I did. I should have just said that I don't agree with what he's doing. I'm sorry." But of course he can't say that because, that would just be him saying sorry to a detractor. DSP cannot ever, do that. Come on, dude. So, I mean, it's very, very odd how it lines up with that.
Yeah, I guess you're right. And this, especially again, this is the holiday season. I should be a lot more open and lenient and merry and positive. And I apologize if I have been coming across otherwise for you guys.
So he's kind of doing a little sneaky apology to Tevin. He doesn't want to say his name because he's afraid of what his chat's gonna say. So he can't just say I'm sorry to Tevin. He has to kind of weasel his way. I'm sorry if I went after anyone. Recently I should have been merry about it, man. I should have been calmed down and collected. I'm sorry. I mean, what a bitchy way to apologize. Because I mean, he could be talking about anyone else, but I mean, it's the fact that it lines up with Tevin kind of makes it sound like a sneaky apology to him. Whoops.
On the streams, because I'm really trying. I am. It just sucks. It sucks that there's things in the background that are pulling me down and making me overall feel kind of depressed and messed up in the head.
Messed up.
That sucks, and it certainly shouldn't be affecting my streams. It shouldn't be affecting you guys at all. But it's just life. You know what I mean? All right. You know what? Hold on. I'm going to lower my light because my voice gets to me. I feel shitty, and right. Will just be his plot line with a boss. The other, I think, is worry about so much.
Okay, so there's that, and then I think it was in this one.
So what I'm thinking is happening here is it basically Netflix and Disney are talking behind the scenes, but for an exorbitant price. Since we already are starting our own network and we'd like to have all our characters shared in September. During all the pitfalls of YouTube, the ad revenue fluctuating and people trolling me and, hang out with me on stream, interact with me on stream. If they're going to have support, they'll do it. He just did another troll cheer on top of that because he was incredibly publicly humiliated for being called out for being stupid. There you go.
Stupid.
All right. Crazy Dream did a 300-bit cheer. And he says he's worried about my Patreon because it's been going down, and he's wondering...
Down, down, tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down. Like that song. Okay, let's go to his Patreon, dude. Ooh, ooh. Dropped even more. Dropped even more. Which, there. Let's, I like that. So let's take a look at his Patreon for a second. He had 130 patrons, dropped to 128, and then his Patreon went down to $542. Now, of course, the number that we see, the 542, could be off. At least I've noticed with mine is that it's been just a few dollars off. Like, let's say someone donates, pledges to my Patreon, and gives me like $40 or $20. I might get like 19 of that, but it says that it's 20 because he takes a cut out of it when the money comes to me because of Patreon's transaction cost, whatever, which is fine. It is what it is. So I mean, there is some discrepancies with what's on the public-facing number and what the Patreon creator sees. Now, I don't know the margin with DSP's Patreon. I don't know how much is off. I don't know if it's like if it's the highest amount, like if it's over a certain amount, the margin of error would increase, maybe. I don't know. Mine's been off by like, $3, sometimes $2, sometimes $1, sometimes $4. I usually say around there, which is like, whatever. So I don't know how far it's off with his, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Every time Phil goes boo and emphasizes drop on income, you or Tevin should play the bankrupt sound. I remember when oh yeah, I remember the 1250. I remember that. But so look at this. So the Patreon dips to this. Now let's take a look at how much he really updates his fucking Patreon. The last fucking video is fucking from the San Andreas playthrough. February 26th was the last thing he posted on this fucking page. He just left this page out to dry. He doesn't do anything with it. Like, you can see multiple people revisit and revise their Patreons. They change their rewards, maybe, they change their goals, they change everything. It's constantly shifting. And that's what I do even with mine. I change it constantly because it's like, well, am I, doing too much for less, or if I'm doing not enough for more? And and it's always constantly changing. Because with Patreon, you never want to stick with one thing, because it just becomes kind of bland, and you always want to see what works and what doesn't work, and you always want to constantly change it. He doesn't change anything. He doesn't change his fucking rewards. His rewards are the fucking same every year, and his Patreon is written the same way as if he still does Patreon goals, which he doesn't do. The only thing that he changed was this, because now it changed to a visual thank you, because he doesn't do the weekend preview anymore, so he has to change this. But what fails is that he doesn't do, like, the $5 reward is pretty much garbage. It's pretty much garbage, but we'll get there when we get there with this, I guess.
What's going on? Can I explain? It's very simple. And this is the truth. People now want to support me on Twitch. In general, a person who's a new viewer or new fan of Phil or a big supporter wants to come out to stream, hang out with me on stream, interact with me on stream. If they're going to support, they'll do a cheer, a sub, or a tip. It's that simple.
It's because doing that is cheaper than what his Patreon says. If you want to ask him a question, you have to pay $20. $20! Why would anyone pay $20 to fucking ask him a question when they get to send 25 bits and ask him the same question and get the same response every day? And everyone's been saying this. He needs to lower his fucking rewards. Now, of course, he's gonna say, well, if I lower the rewards, that would be more work for me to do, dude. But isn't that why he stopped doing the weekend preview? To focus more on fucking Patreon responsibilities and shit? And, this doesn't have to be $1. This stuff could be $5 or even $10. Like, then I get at least kinda see, but $20 to ask him a question. Really? Okay.
Like, that's the main majority of my income now comes from Twitch. And it's in a positive move, by the way. It's good. We're getting better, more viewers, more subs. Everything is in a good direction. If I can keep this up, next couple of years, I won't have to worry, hopefully at all, about income from YouTube or other sources at all.
And this was one thing I said even last year and the beginning of this year. Out of all of the things he wants people to migrate from, he wants people to migrate from Patreon to Twitch. Now, if you had, well, you guys have brains. You guys are pretty smart. I'm not gonna say you guys are dumb. You guys are pretty smart. But if you have a brain, well, I guess I'm talking to the DSP fans, I guess. Like Infinite 55. If you have a brain, Infinite, you might ask yourself, why does Phil want to drive people away from Patreon? Wouldn't it make more sense for him to drive people from YouTube to Twitch? If he wants to be a Twitch streamer, he told us multiple times he wants to be a Twitch streamer. He wants to go all in on Twitch. He told us this. Then wouldn't it make more sense for him to drive the YouTube audience to come to Twitch? That's not to say that he should stop uploading to YouTube. That's not what I'm saying. But if he wants people to migrate from one site to another, he should not want people to go from Patreon to Twitch, because the people who donate to Patreon are watching his content anyway. Because no one is just gonna go to no one on this planet goes to Patreon for their entertainment. Oh man, I'm gonna go to Patreon is not a fucking source of entertainment. Patreon is a source to support people that make content for you to watch. That's what Patreon is. And people have goals on it that they live by, whatever. him driving people from Patreon to Twitch makes no fucking sense because it's the same audience that watches him already. I mean, if you look at the fucking Patreon crawl on his fucking streams, it's the same fucking people. Infinite's in the fucking crawl, and Infinite's a fucking stream regular. Last night at the end of the stream, he was shitting on the fact he had to do Patreon stuff. Like, it's really just a nuisance for him at this point. I kind of would want a video of that too, but I wouldn't be surprised because he doesn't. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I do streams, I do have a tip link, I do have patrons that come in and support me there, and all of this stuff helps support me in the stuff that I do. You know, doing art also supports me. I've been doing more art. I've been finally getting to a groove of doing consistent streams because we actually hit 2 goals that I had on Patreon, and that supports what I do. It's synergy. It synergizes what I do. Why the fuck would I want to drive people away from Patreon to come to my streams? It just doesn't make sense because these people come to my streams anyway. Like, if anything, I would want people to support me. I don't care what you guys do. However you want to support me, it's up to you. But I'm not gonna drive you to one thing or the other or wherever. You guys make your own fucking decisions. DSP driving people away from one website just doesn't make fucking sense to me. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
When I did Patreon, keep in mind my only source of income was YouTube. So Patreon was a way to supplement that during all the pitfalls of YouTube, the ad revenue fluctuating and people trolling me and, you know, me having copyright issues with my channel and stuff like that. That's basically what Patreon was for.
He never had these copyright strikes when Patreon happened, by the way. When he had Patreon, he moved. And I think he said in a vlog that he opened a Patreon because he left Twitch and he needed something to help support the move that he did and the debt. That's why he opened it.
Don't realize no goals are based off of Patreon anymore. There's not, oh, if we raise a certain amount on Patreon this month, I'll do a special event. We don't do that anymore. I changed that last year. In a direct...
Not last year, this year. He changed it this year. Last year, he still did Patreon goals. The last Patreon goals was December 2017. He did the MGS 213 redemption runs. Now, the other thing is that he changed that because people told me to change it to do Twitch sub goals. Dumb fucking idea. Whoever told him this, I'm pretty sure it was Nick. Nick, you're a fucking idiot. This is a bad idea. What DSP should do, if he had a brain, Infinite, feel free to suggest this to him. You have my permission. What he should do is do marathons based on Patreon goals, but then to have a Twitch sub goal for games to play on a day. Like, oh, for example, I don't know if I want to play Battlefield 5, but if we hit this sub goal, I'll play Battlefield 5 on Saturday. And then the next sub goal will be a different game. Or whatever. That's what he should do. Because it's quick, it's short, and he gets the money out of it. He could put the price of the game in the fucking sub count. The marathons should be Patreon goals. Because the one thing that those marathons operate on is fucking patron feedback. The Indies Marathon, for example, was voted and nominated by patrons. Why do the Twitch viewers get to choose if that happens? Twitch subs can literally screw over patrons who donate $5. No shit, people are leaving fucking Patreon in fucking droves. Why would he donate? Why would he go to Patreon if you might not even be able to vote? Now, of course, you could say, but Theo, that's not the spirit of Patreon. It's to fucking support the content creator. Yeah, it is. But at the same time, though, you know, you do want something out of supporting your content creator. Why do you think they have rewards on your fucking Patreon? Like, you think, like, this just shows the amount of little respect he fucking has for his fucking patrons, that he just doesn't give a fuck about them. Oh yeah, you could donate $5. I mean, you might be able to vote on things that might get hit on Twitch, but otherwise, you're just doing it just to support me. These are just bonuses. So then why not? Why doesn't 60 people just donate $1? I mean, of course, you could say, but these people don't care. They're there to support it. But that's why his Patreon's on the decrease. Because you get people who donate to your Patreon who might not even care about the rewards, but that might not be 100%. You're not going to grow off of those kind of people. You want people that want to support you, and you also want people who might want to be interested in these rewards. Really, you want to appeal to as many people as you can with this. And just saying, well, you're just here to support me. Well, then no, then you should be okay with them fucking dropping in numbers then.
Response to you guys telling me don't do that anymore. Okay? You guys told me we'd rather support you on streams than on Patreon, so please don't do goals based off of Patreon.
Then don't bitch about your Patreon dropping then. If this is the reaction you're getting from people, then don't fucking cry about fucking Patreon. If anything, just close it at this point. If you really want to focus on the Twitch streams, which I don't know why you would sacrifice Patreon for this, but okay.
Anymore. So I changed it. And ever since then, the Patreon stuff has been on a decline. And there's nothing I can do about that. That's a natural thing that's going to happen as a
Well, what you can do, DSP, I mean, this might blow your mind, but you could do both Patreon goals and Twitch sub goals. Whoa!
result of people going somewhere else to support in a different way, then the other way is going to fall off. The Patreon stuff has been on a decline, and there's nothing I can do about that. That's a natural thing that's going to happen as a result of people going somewhere else to support in a different way, then the other way is going to fall off. Now, some people in the last year have suggested to me, why don't you do this or that or this or that on Patreon, okay? This is pretty tough. It was pretty tough because...
Pretty tough. His Patreon goals were way more successful than any of his Twitch sub goals. Way more successful. He has hit more Patreon goals than he ever did Twitch sub goals. Twitch sub goals he only hit because of fucking gift subs. Are we really gonna say that's success? I mean, I think the Patreon goals were way more successful. I think the Patreon goals were much better for his business. He was getting free $1,000. And then he switches to fucking Twitch sub goals, which don't really amount to anything, and if anything, cost the viewers more money.
When I'm on stream the majority of the time, okay, it's hard to get people to support other than something during a stream. You see what I mean? Right now, if you want to support me and you send me a tip, immediately you get recognition for it, and I give you credit and I talk with you a little bit on stream. Versus if you pledge to my Patreon, yeah, that's great, and yeah, maybe you'll get a perk later.
Great way to sell his fucking Patreon. Yeah, Patreon's great. It's just there. Dude, like... Come on. Really? Really? Okay.
On you, yeah, maybe you'll get a private Q&A video, and that's awesome, because people really like those. But outside of that, you see what I mean?
Like, I'm honestly, like, for me, like, I'm more happy with what's going on with the shit I do. Because it's like, you know, people get to support however they want, and whatever works, and it's great, you know. I get to experiment more with my Artcast podcast. I do have one ready. Well, I'm getting it ready. And I'm experimenting with that. I get to do more commissions. I get to do more art streams. I get to do all kinds of stuff with this. And that makes me really, really happy. But this is Patreon's okay.
Gratification versus having to wait
13.
to
I
get
see
your
Twitter exploding
gratification,
about it,
and it's
it
not the
sounds
same
shitty.
kind of interaction. So I can completely understand.
My thoughts on Article 13 is that if it's what it's described to be, then it's pretty bad. But we'll have to see. I mean, if anything, what's probably going to happen is that they're probably going to have to reword it, and they're probably going to have to update it and change it, and they're going to probably have to work their way into getting it to be sound. So we'll see. It might not pass, but at the same time, it could pass. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see, I guess.
Why people like supporting me on stream over Patreon. At the same time, you're absolutely right, Crazy Dream. This year, my Patreon has basically completely fallen apart. You know, at one point, this was something that was bringing me $1,000 a month. of supplemental income, and now it's down to like 500, if that. What you guys don't even realize is the public-facing total you're seeing isn't even correct.
It fell apart because you ruined it. Like, him doing Twitch sub goals single-handedly ruined his Patreon completely. And now it's like if he has to like kind of rely on gift subs, because otherwise, you know, he's gonna be in a bad spot, and he can't go back to Patreon at this point because it dropped so much. So he really fucked himself here. Because as I said, he should have done Patreon goals for marathons and do Twitch sub goals for individual games he could do for a normal stream with that he wouldn't play. Like, that would make more sense. Like, because I've also seen fucking Twitch streamers, like, I'm gonna use iFi as a example again, and I'm sure someone's gonna get like about it, but she has Patreon goals as well. And she has Twitch sub goals. The sub goals go into her equipment. Oh, if you hit this, I'll get a better art tablet. But her Patreon goals are more directed towards her bills and her rent and all that kind of stuff, which is fine. You know, people can kind of use Patreon to do that. But they have two different goals that make it relevant to what they're asking for. So he should just do marathons for Patreon, single games for Twitch.
Because there's other things that come into a factor there. So I'm probably not even getting as much as you're seeing on the Patreon page, okay? Now the thing is, I'm still incredibly supportive of the people who pledge, and you guys who do pledge help me out a lot. In fact, you guys are the ones who formulate special events. Like I said, this month...
Yeah, but in order for them to formulate, they have to all pray, put their hands together for Twitch to sub to him. If anything, the fucking patrons have to pay more. They have to pay $5 or more on Patreon, and they have to pay $5 on Twitch subs, or they have to gift enough for the goals to hit. So DSP is kind of finessing his fucking fans to pay more than what it's worth to do the things that they want. What a great guy. Oh, patrons, you want to vote on this event? Well, you might want to go to Patreon. We're kind of low on subs, guys. You might want to give some subs, patrons. Wink, wink, hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Pledge to my Patreon, you'll be able to nominate on the things that I'll be doing in the next retrospective event that's going to be sometime in January. So you still to this day, if you pledge to my Patreon, get amazing perks. I mean,
amazing perks. You get nothing for Patreon. You get more out of the fucking Twitch than fucking Patreon. You get way more. And it's kind of stupid that he doesn't do anything that entices both. Entice both Twitch and Patreon. He should be leaving YouTube, if anything. Out of all the things he should drive people away from, it should be YouTube. But no, he wants to drive people from Patreon to Twitch, which makes no fucking sense. Because then he wants these Twitch sub goals to be influenced by patrons. It makes no fucking sense. When you break it down to how this whole thing works, it doesn't make any sense. So I don't quite get why he does it. Because if you want to support him on Twitch, why sub to him for a goal that patrons can vote and nominate for? Why donate to Patreon when you don't know if the fucking Twitch sub's gonna go? So either way, both sides of that aisle have to pay double for both things to happen their way. It's so scummy and shitty that I just can't believe that his fucking dumbass fans can't realize that he's just milking them for money. Milking them.
Ability to formulate special events that I do and form them with your own suggestions is a great, powerful thing. I mean, hundreds of people will be here for that stream. Thousands of people will watch those videos on YouTube. And you guys get to be the ones to formulate that whole event, right? But there's not much else I could do to create an incentive for people to pledge to my Patreon when my major focus is on Twitch. You see what I mean? It's completely different. So, that's kind of it, guy. You know, that's kind of the deal. There's not much else to be said about it. That's kind of...
Oh, of course, Jupiter. Everyone that dares ask DSP a question or or pokes his narrative, just by any degree, you're out of there, and you'll never come back. Everyone that ever has whoever like talked against him or talked to him, they were gone. He has a bunch of yes men in his fucking chat.
With Patreon. If anyone ever has a positive suggestion, if anyone has a way that maybe they think that it would give people incentive to want to interact and do the patron stuff, great. But that being said, I think most people will just want to support on the streams, and I get that and I appreciate that. Okay? Okay. Constable Corbin cheered. He says, would a Fallout live action series be something that'll interest you?
So, yeah, his Patreon is trash. Trash. You go to posts. I don't. Let's see. Can I look at user posts? Dude, I think DSP removed that ability maybe. Opinions. Vlog. Impressions. So he only tagged one post. Oh, rough. Rough, man. Let's go to his Twitch.
This is when we first headed into the sewers early on.
Oh, where are the views? I didn't check.
I think.
What are the views? 350.
No,
Oh,
it's
and by the
not.
way,
This is
you guys notice every single stream, Rob Warren always tips. Every day he fucking tips. Every fucking day. Ugh. So let's go to today's pre-stream a little bit.
later this month that are going to be holiday related. One day is going to be my holiday wrestling. Then there's going to be playing a variety. So there's going to be basically doing special events for the holidays, and those are all going to be right before Christmas.
Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, thanks for the sub, Swifty Chaos. Oh, Mouse is freaking out. Fucking hate Twitch sometimes. It like slows down everything.
Those are all be times.
Oh God!
Have things like tip goals.
What the fuck? What? Why did that happen? No, just do normal, man. Come on, come in.
Like on stream.
What the fuck?
Basically,
What the fuck?
yes.
What? Why is the audio fucked up? Hold on.
What?
What?
And Crazy Dream did a 5.
Well, I gotta figure this out. I wasn't gonna stream long anyway, so that's it for this stream, I guess. I'll end now. I'll wait till well, actually, well, maybe let's close out of Twitch. Okay, this is getting a little weird. Let's go to iTunes. Well, that's fine. Seems to be a Chrome issue. Fucking Chrome. Wow. Well, let's open a new. What the fuck?
Why do we spend so much money on Israel?
What the fuck? What? Oh, why is it like this? I'm gonna have to restart Chrome, maybe? Ah, well, that's it for this this fucking stream. So thanks everyone for coming. See you guys in the next stream. Hopefully I get this problem all figured out. So see you guys next time.